Yeah, Erosion. Erosionok? Is that how you say your name? Erosionok? Hello, how's it going? I'm gonna go to the Northern Clearing now. Erosion works? Okay. Or is it Erosion OC? Yeah, I really am enjoying the setting so far. It's pretty unique compared to any other computer role-playing game I've played. Usually they are pretty typical standard fantasy fare. Encounter Invendrian's Well. You're following the road through an expanse of scrubby woodlands, crooked oaks and dry needled pines grasping towards the sky when you catch the sound of children's laughter filtering through the trees. Let's investigate the laughter. The setting is... Yeah, I agree, Erosion. The setting is kind of set where the world is in the middle of being... Yep, that's true in terms of era. The world's in the middle of being overtaken by like an evil, I don't know for sure that he's evil, overlord. And there's one little well of resistance left that the overlord's currently taking over. You're kind of a representative. You're one of his higher-ups who's going there to declare edicts in the area. So you're actually basically working for this setting's big evil overlord. It gives you lots of opportunities to exploit your power and stuff. And it's kind of a very gritty setting. Very dark, and I like dark tones in my media. Abandoning the road, you make your way to a small tributary of the Matinee snaking through the sparse forest. There you discover a group of 4 youths gathered beside the small stream. 2 of the children sit on the rocks, poles in hand, staring patiently at the water. The other 2 are seated near a bucket, taking turns whacking eels along the ground to stun them and carving up eel meat. Threaten the children? What? Why? I'll speak to the children. I mean, my character is kind of a douche, but there's no reason to threaten these kids. You step out of the woods, drawing the attention of the children, who eye you warily. The eldest youth, almost a man grown, notes your heraldry and hawks a ball of phlegm into the reeds. Oh, you... I'm going to... I've been about the kids against Toyota policy. Probably a reasonable policy. But, you know, now he's gonna get it. I'm gonna punish the spitter. Nobody likes that. Oh well, I'm gonna lose some loyalty. In a violent surge, you stride towards the disrespectful youth. Before he can do more than stand, your fingers wrap around his neck. As the other children flee into the underbrush, you choke the boy until you feel his convulsions become harried and frantic. Only then do you release your grip. He crumbles into a sobbing mess at your feet. I'm going to admonish the youth. You shout at the fleeing children, underscoring the wages of resistance. Apex is the domain of Kairos, and the Overlord's officers will be respected. Save for the quiet babbling of the stream, silence falls upon the woodland. You leave the youths behind and return to the stream. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Change. Yeah. Imperial Copper Ring. That's the currency in the setting. Rings are the currency in the setting. I don't know why. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. They've had some sort of explanation for it. Yeah, oh jeez is right. I still have some conversations to do with my companions. I'm kind of dreading it. There's so much reading for the companion conversations, and I will try to imitate their voices and do a good and fail at it. Yeah. I'm playing a character.
Can't do that.
Oh, it was standardized. Okay, that makes more sense then. If it's being produced as currency, that makes sense. It didn't make sense to me because I was like, would there really be that many rings around to form a whole currency off of it? But if they stopped producing coins and instead produced rings, that makes sense.
On it.
Yes, this character is based on a character I roleplayed in Neverwinter Nights on an online role-playing server. He was a kind of insane assassin, so he's a mean dude. He's also a little crazy normally, but there's usually not a lot of options in computer RPGs to convey that. Is any of this worth wearing? He can't shake off his equipment. Doesn't look like it's worth wearing, so I'll just put it in my stash. There are good two shoes. Garrett, yeah, goody two shoes. One thing I don't like about this game so far is even in fast mode, the stealth is very, very slow.
Will do.
All right. You do two mean things and feel bad. You have maybe you can do a redemption arc if you were to play this game.
Right.
Honestly, when I was younger, it was easier to play mean characters. Now that I've gotten older, I do find it harder than I used to. But I still do it. Okay, so I'm getting my butt kicked a lot. Prepare to watch me struggle. Lantry.
I will aid you.
Oh shoot. Can I equip item... my quick slots in the middle of combat? I can't. Wah, I'm screwed. Okay. These guys are gonna be... This guy's an archer, this is an archer. Did Lantry finish buffing us? He did. Oh. I guess we'll find out. Like, if it's anything like the Pillars of Eternity games, it will get easier as the game progresses. So I'm hoping that that will kind of be the case. I'm gonna buff my guys all with Spectral Blur so that they're a little... have better defenses. And then I will... Okay, looks like these guys decide to come after us. Maybe I will use Clash of Iron to try to taunt them to coming after Barrack again. Lantry, once you've done that, you can... give might to Velian. How about we triple shot this guy?
On my command.
Titan's Touch. Yes. Good, that worked. Now... Okay. Let's move her up here. And you can restore Barrack. Barrack? Is that his name? Or is it Garrick? Barrack. Yeah, that's generally how these games go. As you open up more options, they get a little easier. Pillars of Eternity 2, though, had the DLC I found very difficult once I got to it. Oh, ouch, that hurt. Okay, let's do Fury's Rage. And you could try to paralyze this guy, I guess. Hey, I told you to do Fury's Rage. Damn it, Velian, you ruined everything. Just... Now do Fury's Rage. We will Quill Strike this guy. Try to interrupt him.
Sorry about that.
They got interrupted.
For the Queen!
Lantry dies like every battle.
I got it.
Yeah, it's not just me, okay. The AI is pretty smart then. Try to... finish that guy off. Okay, he's down. What do we have left? We got this fire arrow. That'll be probably best used on this guy since he's got a lot of health left and causes burn. We'll go after... We'll try to save Lantry from this dude here. Should probably move her up actually so that her fire is hurting guys. And then I can use this on this guy here.
You got
Lantry, you can store yourself.
Not entirely useless.
Oh, Velian got engaged. That's too bad, actually. Oh well. Now, Lantry, you can use your quill to try to interrupt this guy. Barrack, try to... No, not that. Try to get everybody's attention.
No can do.
feels like my bowels are on fire.
Got it. Quicken. Velian is okay, I won't use Quicken yet. Titan's Touch on Barrack, maybe? And then Velian can make this guy bleed. Yeah, they'll even like ignore being disengaged to go after Lantry. Or no, they're going after... He's going after Verse, actually. Everybody just stack. I think we got this. Yeah. Alright, that went a lot better than my last two battles. Oh, hello. You there! You're not with the Oath Breakers! No, I'm not. Let's save. And level up Verse. Give her some more quickness. This makes immune to engagement. Your enemy, when enemy strikes Verse, she gains a passive bonus. Okay, Mocking Iron. Verse taunts her foe, enraging them and force them to attack her. I don't think that's something I want her to do. Makes them be on fire a lot longer. That could be helpful. Burning. I don't know how much burn damage does exactly. What's Enrage do? Recovery is reduced by 25%, health increased by 15%, and will reduce by 15%. This effect stacks, so she gets harder and harder to hit. I think I can go after do Fury's Rush. Okay. That way it'll be easier for her to get into the back rows. This is a two-handed weapon. Just put in the stash, nobody's using a two-handed weapon.
On the lookout. See that?
We got another bronze guitar. But, oh, this one's better than the other ones, I think. Has less armor penetration than the Twisted Iron Sword. Yes, I did. I burned the library to the ground. Okay, so not every weapon is... Just because it has the same name doesn't mean it's the same quality. This one's common quality and this one's fine. Ah, I understand. Actually, this one's +4 parry, and this one is +4 accuracy. Let's keep the accuracy one.
Moving cautiously.
I really liked the idea of the conquest at the beginning of the game. I felt like it wasn't entirely clear how I was making my choices, though. That's it. Am I having a bad... Is it on my end? My bitrate looks good. You did miss my answer. I said I went to the library and I burned it down. Ah, okay. Hellspar. The Earthshakers moved this boulder with ease. Magic of that magnitude may be crucial for taking Vendrian's Well. Yeah, I did burn the library. Ah, a fate binder. How fortuitous. The Earthshaker pounds his chest in salute. For us, I mean. Decidedly not for the Oathbreakers. A smirk quirks the right side of his mouth as he surveys the carnage you have left behind. Whether intended or not, we're indebted for your help. Just in case you missed it again, Erosion, I did burn the library down. Where's the... Stares only. No, really, there was no need for you to join the fight. I beg your pardon, Fatebinder. He shifts on his feet, clearly uncomfortable. By the time we heard the screams, you'd well splattered their blood on the rocks. It's a poor excuse, I know, but we're wearied from weeks of travel, and we'd already lost one of us. Where are the rest of you? Was part of your squad killed or otherwise separated? The Oathbreakers felled Chrysandir before we could erect the barricade, but our circle alone was all Master Relics could feasibly spare. We're here, and though wayward, we're ready to help. Wait, you're... What do you mean, all I could spare? Did Ash not order your entire guild's return from Azure? With With all due respect, Fatebinder, it's not a matter I'd expect you to understand. We absolutely cannot abandon Cairn to the Stone Sea. His nostrils flare in mild ire. As we've only recently located him and are in the process of constructing a fort to guard his remains, we could not spare another mage, especially now, when the beast tribe that flocked to Cairn in his final days is becoming increasingly territorial and contentious. Yes, there is. And I turned it on. Yeah, it is off by default. I turned it on. It's not really affecting my decisions, but it's nice to see what's happening. And what's so important about the Cairn? Cairn may be dying, but he's not yet lost. There lies the potential to harness an Archon's power in the Stone Sea, and for that I should think the possibilities are near limitless. He touches a grit-caked knuckle to his lips and clears his throat, but we won't know unless we can run the proper research. And so you're saying Radix refused Ash's orders? I'm not of rank to make such a sweeping evaluations. The Earthshaker stumbles slightly over his words, but I'd say he interpreted them in his own manner and to the best of his judgment, rather than outright refusing them. He is an Iron Guard, after all. His decisions, though difficult to make as they may be, will certainly embolden our routing of the tiers. Not if your general and his entire army is dead. He chokes, and the Earthbreakers behind him gather closer, murmuring in surprise amongst themselves. One of them, a woman with wispy, russet hair, slaps him on the back so hard shockwaves tremble through you and into the mountains past. If they... What? He gasps for breath. How? The Overlord has issued an edict of execution. If we don't take the well by Kairos' Day of Swords, everyone here will die, including Ash. Well, are these different people? Well, clearly Master Radix was unaware of the severity of the situation. He glances worriedly to the other mages in the circle, as they all visibly absorb the meaning of everyone here in the edict's range of affliction. Had we known, surely the guild would have come in full force. Or perhaps you would have not come at all. But you are here now, and you cannot escape the edict. So I suggest you report to Sevius in the disfavored camp and help us win this battle, or you'll be as dead as the rest of us. With a shaky nod and an even shakier salute, the Earthshaker gathers his circle and cloistered together, murmuring or perhaps chanting in hushed voices. The battle mages march toward the valley. Ooh. Alright, journal. What you got for me? Yeah, I'll show you. It's in the options. Wait, how do I even get to the options? Options. Show reputation. I think right there. Display the effects of choosing conversation options on the player's character's reputation. Enable... Oh, I can turn random encounters off? Roll speed I want up. Area loot radius up. Is my audio balance good? I've had problems with some games with my audio balance being
On it.
too high in the game. Okay. I meant to open my journal. Perfect. Turn to Sevius. God, I have to go all the way to his favorite camp? Yeah. That does help. So after this, I guess I might go to Echo Call Crossing. But let's go back to this favorite camp. Thankfully, it looks like Kairos' deadline was fairly generous. As long as I don't sleep too much. Yeah. I'm wondering if it's just gonna be
Can't do that.
game over for me if I take too long. Or if I'll just change the direction the story goes. Oh, Sevius, there we go. With all due respect, our cohorts have proven themselves against these apex fools time and time again. What can your Earthshakers do other than get in the way? I don't want to be here, Sevius, and my orders don't involve proving our value to you. If the Great General doesn't want magic on his side, then he can order us to stand down and sit this one out. I don't question what your mages bring to the table, Hellspar, but I have my reservations about your leaders. Why wouldn't Radax show up to the siege himself if he has more pressing issues than the state of the conquest? I should like to hear about it from his mouth. Obviously, I should do it. Do you know what? Maybe I'll make his alternate save and I'll just waste a bunch of time and see what happens. If Radax is not inclined to help, perhaps a next of kin might take his place. Party has received Emerald Pin. I hate to upset the chain of command during a time of war. Perhaps Radax's brother can convince him to remember his duty, Fatebinder. Oh wait, duty. Fatebinder, I thank you for the part you played. You didn't have to risk yourself, but you did so all the same. Welcome back, Fatebinder. Sevius leans back and crosses his arm. There is a time limit. What is it you need? So, right here where my mouse is, it says 5 days to Kairos' Day of Swords. I issued an edict through Kairos, who's like the Dark Overlord guy. Whenever he issues an edict, some representative goes and reads the edict, and then it's supposed to come true. He said that everybody in this valley will die if we don't take over the valley within 7 days. So I have 5 days left to take over the valley or everybody will die. Right, the Citadel.